Hey guys, it's Siobhan with Decade Beyond. I just wanted to hop on here and give a quick energy update for March 22nd, 2019, as we just experienced a couple of fairly minor to moderate solar flares due to coronal mass ejections. So March 20th, spaceweatherlive.com is reporting a C-class 4.8 flare. March 21st, we have a C-class 5.3 flare, and March 22nd is a C-class 4.8 flare again. They're also putting out a geomagnetic warning for the 23rd due to the coronal mass ejection. It's expected to arrive at Earth on the 23rd, and it could affect some geomagnetic energy within the ionosphere, and then it could cause radio disturbances, some slight technological disturbances, that kind of thing. You may not even notice it because it's Mercury retrograde and there's been a lot of technological blips over the course of this month already. So just something to be aware of. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just something to be aware of. So last night, before I was going to sleep, my Wi-Fi was down, and so I was guided to do a meditation. So I laid in bed and I was just focusing on repeating affirmations in my head and focusing on the feelings in my body, when all of a sudden I was having this tingling feeling in the top of my crown, which I get from time to time, especially when I'm channeling or when there's massive waves of energy coming in. But this was particularly intense, and so it felt like a tingling sort of fingers going over the top of my head and down. Then it was a bit of pressure on either side of my temples, almost as if I was wearing like a tingly energy visor of some kind, like a virtual reality visor was what I was imagining in my head, which was strange because we are living in virtual reality right now due to this holographic nature of our quantum experience. But I then was feeling a lot of pressure in my sinuses and in my third eye, and not sinus pressure due to swollen glands or swollen nasal cavity or mucus or anything like that. This was energetic pressure, and you can tell the difference because it fluctuates. It's not static in that it doesn't stay the same over a long course of time. It will be very intense and then it will go back to normal, and then very intense and then back to normal. So I was receiving this pressure in my third eye, in my forehead, and I was asking, what is this? And they were showing me a funnel opening up at my crown and channeling in all of this energy that was being emitted due to these waves, these coronal mass ejections from the sun. This is not just physical energy, it's quantum energy being released, and it's higher waves of consciousness. So it's activating us to be able to intake this energy and integrate it into our energetic systems, our energetic body, as well as our physical body through DNA upgrades. So I'm asking, what is this and what is the purpose of it? And so they're showing me this funnel and I'm seeing this energy come in, and then I'm feeling it in my third eye. And they were telling me that it was releasing blocks that I had put up in my third eye specifically to protect my brain from being overloaded in the past. So now that these barriers were coming down, they were telling me that I was going to be slowly integrating more and more light through my crown and into my third eye. And that would assist me in activating my higher self within myself. So higher sight, clairvoyance, telepathy, that kind of thing. Then I was feeling heart palpitations and heart chakra purging. So a couple of days before this, maybe a week before this, I'll have to go back through my calendar, but I experienced quite a large heart chakra purge. So what a heart chakra purge feels like is, to me, as an empath and a clairsentient, I feel energy in a very physical way. So it's not just the emotion, it's also as if there's a ball of energy in my chest. And that was what I felt. But it was the biggest ball that I've ever felt in my chest. And it was as if it was being shaken loose by the energy that was coming in all around me and by my inner activations. So what was happening was this ball of energy that was of a lower vibration was being brought to the surface by the high vibrations. And so it was shaking up and coming loose, and that was causing me to feel these very intense waves of emotion. I was guided to use certain mantras and sound frequencies to assist in the release and transmutation of this energy, such as oming, breathing techniques, and I was guided to say Om Namah Shivaya, which assisted me in the transformation of this lower energy. So the energy then purged up out of my heart chakra, and it almost felt like it came out of my throat or out of my mouth, and it was expressed in that way. I was bawling my eyes out at this time. I was shaking, and the point of crying where you can't really even breathe, it was like that. It was very, very, very intense. And then after that day, I felt exhausted. I slept for, I think, 15 or 16 hours that night. And I woke up feeling renewed, but as if there was just something a little bit off. And that's normal. After you purge, you're not going to go from feeling that energy being basically birthed out of you to feeling completely normal. It is similar, we can relate it metaphorically to actually physically giving birth, in the sense that that was a trauma that was experienced, and it's going to take a little bit of time to recover. So it's like when you go through surgery, you need time to recover afterwards. You don't go and get surgery and then you're healed the next day and you feel fantastic. There is a period of acclimation and healing that will occur. And then there's a period of integration after that where all of this light is able to then come in. So this is what I was experiencing from this solar flare. I was being prepared by doing those purgings so that I could integrate this higher frequency energy into my body. So then it moved down into my root chakra, and it felt like electrical shocks or this shooting feeling in the soles of my feet. So it was almost like I was being poked in the bottom of my feet. Not painful, but a little bit uncomfortable. And that was grounding that energy to share it with the earth and pulling up energy from the inner earth. So I've also recently been guided to integrate more of an inner earth meditation, connecting to the crystal orb in the center of the inner earth that emits this beautiful blue frequency light, which is directly streaming from source. So it is absolutely unconditionally loving, 100% safe, comforting, beautiful, joyous, like being wrapped in a warm blanket and swaddled and loved, and all of these things by the mother. That is what this feeling is. And I had forgotten it in a sense and was reminded recently to reconnect to that energy, and so also to share it with you guys so that you can, in your own way, however you see fit, connect with that energy using your own personal visualizations or techniques or affirmations or whatever you want to do that works best for you. So what all of this is doing is, like I mentioned before, it's integrating higher aspects of our multidimensional self into our being. This is occurring through the root, through the crown, and primarily culminating in the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is receiving these activations and integrations to be able to embody the Christ consciousness that is the coming of the new age. So, of course, all of this is happening right around the spring equinox and right around the full moon. So the full moon created the purging, and then the spring equinox is bringing in all of this solar energy and all of this light energy, waves of plasmic energy that we need to upgrade. Because we are stepping into the new age. We are stepping into the golden era, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, if you want to call it that. And there's some contention about when that actually is, but in my perspective, we are now in that. We have been on the brink of it for a while, and this was the crossing point where we are now able to fully ascend. It's still going to be a process. There's still going to be work that needs to be done. It's going to happen slowly over time. It's not ever all at once, because it would overload our systems. We would short circuit, so to speak. These upgrades have to be slowly downloaded and integrated. They have to be happening over a course of time. So from a higher dimensional perspective, this is all happening very quickly. But from this physical, lower dimensional perspective, it appears to be happening slowly, but it's not. It is happening really, really quickly. All right, I think I covered everything that I wanted to discuss. Other than that, it's important to be meditating right now. It's very important to honor what your body is needing at this time. So, for example, if you're having ascension symptoms, or if you're feeling this energy physically in your body or mentally, it's important to follow your guidance. So, for example, for me, I was feeling guided to, if I'm purging, to use the mantras, to use the sound, to do whatever I can to assist that purging to take place consciously. And if I'm feeling tired, I'm guided to rest. And I will give myself the time and the space that I need to fully rest. Also, I was being guided for a period of about 48 hours to fast. So for the first 24 hours, I water fasted. And then for the second 24 hours, I water fasted with one small instance of golden milk that I had. I had 1.5 cups of golden milk, which is, I made it with cashew milk, turmeric, honey, cinnamon, and a little bit of allspice and vanilla for sweetness. And that was what I was being guided to do. That was what I was intuitively told would benefit me at that time. So whatever you're intuitively feeling that you need to do, if you have these recurring thoughts that pop in and they feel good and they feel expansive, then trust that. If you watched my other solar flare video, then you'll know that I was also being guided to vetiver, which is an aromatherapy oil used for de-stressing and grounding. So every time that you receive this kind of inner guidance, trust it and follow it. And you won't know the benefits of it unless you follow the guidance. So that's something that I'm learning, is to definitely follow that guidance, because every time that I don't, I wish that I had. So, it's a process of trial and error until you finally build up the self-trust within you and can walk the path with faith, knowing that your higher self is looking out for you. Your guides are looking out for you. You're being supported. You're being assisted. You're being protected. All of these things are real. And it just really takes you expanding your mind to be able to realize that they are real and to experience it as real. Because in this case, seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing, because we are creators. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Whatever you think, you will make real. So I think that's all I really wanted to talk about today. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Keep this relatively short and sweet for you guys. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, all of the information is in the description box below. I do tarot readings. I'm also a holographic Usui Reiki master. So if you guys are looking for any kind of quantum healing or integration of this light support in that sense and chakra balancing, I can help you with that. And it will help the process of integrating this light and this energy to be a little bit easier on your physical body and on your energetic body as well. So please reach out to me for that. And I'm also having a spring special for tarot right now. So that is 1 question, 3-card reading sent via email to you. So yeah. All right, guys. That's everything for now. Good luck with these shifts. Stay in your higher frequency. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, because self-care means that you can take care of everything else around you. All right. Thanks for listening. I love you guys. Bye.